Hello YouTube. You remember when horror movies were actually scary? Or if they weren't scary, remember when horror movies were entertaining? I remember when horror movies was entertaining. The horror movies that they're coming out with nowadays are not really that entertaining. I think they're boring. There are some exceptions. I think the Underworld series is a series of movies that kept my attention. I think those are done pretty good. I don't necessarily go out and praise them like crazy, but I go check that out in the theater. Actually, I haven't seen the new Underworld, but people that I've talked to, I mean, these are people that I respect. These people say that the new Underworld is pretty good, so I probably will go check it out before it comes on DVD, because I'm a fan of that. But there's so many horror movies that's coming out nowadays that are silly. They're not scary, number one, and they're not entertaining, number two. They're boring. And you would think that Hollywood would come up with something a little bit better than the movies that's coming out now. I just finished watching the movie Paranormal Activity #3, and it was okay. I have to admit, it was probably about this much better than I thought it was going to be. But notice I said this much. There's a couple of scenes I thought were kind of creative, but I will say that if I had myself some video equipment, I could do better. I could come up with something actually scary, or if not scary, entertaining. Nowadays it's hard to scare people too. It's like reality is scary enough. Watching people get hacked up is not really that scary. Watching it on the television screen, where you can leave your house late at night and you might really get hacked up. So reality is a lot more scary than things you see in the movie. But if you want to watch something, if you have some extra money, go check out Paranormal Activity 3. It's not something that's going to scare you or entertain you that much, at least for me. But I don't think it was a total waste of money, And the only reason why I say that is because they had a couple of scenes I thought was somewhat creative. But other than that, it's another sleeper. Paranormal Activity #1, I did not care for. I thought it was stupid. Paranormal Activity #2, the funny thing is I cannot remember anything in that movie other than the fact that someone had a video camera and was recording paranormal activities in the house. That's about it. I mean, the movie was that forgettable. So Hollywood, or those of you who work for Hollywood, if you're watching this video, come on guys, I think you can do better. Remember when horror movies were really good? Remember when horror movies was, at least semi-scary or interesting, or horror movies was something that at least provoked thought? I don't see that much of that nowadays. If you want to see something that's classic and that's really good, I would recommend, instead of checking out Paranormal Activity, why don't you check out Phantasm? You guys remember this? I actually enjoyed watching this when I was a kid. This is something, I mean, if you scare easy, it might scare you. If you want to watch something that's kind of clever or entertaining, at least, I would recommend you guys going out and getting this video or DVD. Excuse me. I actually have the video of this. I don't have the DVD yet. They made a series of videos after this, like the Phantasm 2, Phantasm 3, I think there's a Phantasm 4 if I'm not mistaken. Those are alright, if you are into the Phantasm franchise. I like using the word franchise because a lot of these movies now, once you get one good movie, it becomes a franchise. You get part 2 and part 3 and part 4, and it's like whatever. Can't you? Thing is, as I said before, the people in Hollywood, I always wonder, can't you guys at least try to come up with something original or semi-original or whatever? I don't know. That's just me. Want to check out something interesting? Check this out. But as I said in some of my previous videos, I've been watching horror movies for, well, I would put it this way, all my life, ever since I was a kid. Watched horror movies in the daytime and the nighttime. There was a guy who used to come on Saturday mornings here in Michigan. I think it was like channel 2 or 7. It's been so long I can't remember. But his name was Grace Ghastly, and he would show, like the creature feature of the week or whatever. And I remember I grew up watching this stuff, and I thought the stuff was great as a kid, and I still think it's great. Then there was also the Ghoul, who used to show late night horror movies here in Michigan, and he's great too. The Ghoul is still around. So Grace Ghastly died a couple of years ago, which I think was really sad. He would be sorely missed here in Michigan, because I definitely was a fan. Those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, go to YouTube and do a search for Sir Graves Ghastly, and you get to check him out. That's one of the beauties of YouTube. When I was growing up, we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have the internet where you can just go and type something in, and you get all these, really cool TV shows that are no longer on, or you get to see some documentary that otherwise you wouldn't have access to. That's one of the things about the modern age that I really like. The modern age of computers. You can take a trip down memory lane, and pretty much just about everything is online now, so I think that is really, really cool. Anyway, Paranormal Activity. If you want to see like 1 or 2 good scenes in it, if you want to rent it just for that, check it out. But I think there's better stuff out there. Alright, this is my late night video for Tuesday, and it's time for me to get out of here. Alright, until next time, love is the law, and as always, peace.